When people think about the most dangerous animals in the ocean, they usually imagine massive sharks with rows of razor-sharp teeth. But what if the real danger isn't a giant predator? What if it's a creature that has no brain, no bones, no heart, and looks like a floating piece of jelly? Meet the jellyfish. These mysterious animals have been drifting through Earth's oceans for more than 500 million years. That means jellyfish existed long before dinosaurs, before trees, and even before many of the animals we know today evolved. And despite their simple appearance, some jellyfish are among the most dangerous creatures in the sea. At first glance, jellyfish look like simple blobs floating in the water. But they are actually incredibly fascinating animals. A jellyfish's body is made of about 95% water, which means they are almost entirely liquid. This is why they appear so delicate and transparent. They also lack many of the organs most animals depend on. Jellyfish have no brain. They have no heart. They don't even have bones. Instead of a brain, they have a simple nerve network called a nerve net. This system allows them to detect changes in their environment, such as light, movement, and chemicals in the water, even without a brain. This nerve network helps jellyfish react quickly to threats and capture food. Their bodies are shaped like a bell or umbrella. When the bell contracts and relaxes, it pushes water behind them, allowing the jellyfish to move slowly through the ocean. But jellyfish are not strong swimmers. Most of the time, they simply drift along with ocean currents, traveling wherever the water takes them. What truly makes jellyfish powerful isn't their size or strength. It's their tentacles. Hanging beneath the bell are long, thin tentacles that can stretch several meters in some species. These tentacles are covered in thousands of tiny stinging cells called nematocysts. Each nematocyst is like a microscopic harpoon loaded with venom. When something touches the tentacle, these cells instantly fire their harpoons, injecting venom into the target. This happens fast, so fast that even Seeite. For small creatures like plankton and fish, this venom is deadly. Once stung, the prey becomes paralyzed, allowing the jellyfish to pull it toward its mouth. The deadliest jellyfish. Most jellyfish stings are painful but not life-threatening. However, some species are far more dangerous. One of the most feared is the box jellyfish. Unlike most jellyfish, box jellyfish have a cube-shaped bell and long tentacles that can grow up to 3 meters long. Their venom is considered one of the most powerful venoms in the animal kingdom. It attacks the heart, skin, and nervous system simultaneously. In severe cases, a strong sting can cause extreme pain, heart failure, or even death within minutes. And what makes them even more terrifying is their invisibility. Box jellyfish are nearly transparent, making them incredibly difficult to see in the water. Imagine swimming peacefully in the ocean and suddenly brushing against something you couldn't even see. Another fascinating thing about jellyfish is their ability to form massive groups called blooms. Sometimes thousands or even millions of jellyfish gather together in one area of the ocean. These blooms can be so large that they interfere with fishing boats, clog power plant cooling systems, and force beaches to close. Scientists believe jellyfish blooms are becoming more common in some parts of the world. This may be linked to climate change, warming oceans, and overfishing. When fish populations decrease, jellyfish often have less competition for food, allowing their populations to grow rapidly. Now here's where things get truly incredible. There is a species of jellyfish that might actually be biologically immortal. It's called Torritopsis dohrnii, often known as the immortal jellyfish. Most anusvalus viel people de are born growed, and eventually but this jellyfish has a unique ability. When it becomes injured, stressed, or old, it can transform its cells and return to an earlier stage of its life cycle. In other words, it can restart its life. It goes from an adult jellyfish back into a younger form called a polyp, which can then grow into a new jellyfish again. This process can theoretically repeat many times. Scientists are studying this species to better understand aging and cellular regeneration. While it doesn't mean the jellyfish can never die, it can still be eaten by predators it does. Mean it has one of the most unusual survival strategies in the animal kingdom. Jellyfish are among the oldest animals on Earth. They existed long before many modern animals evolved and have survived. Multiple mass extinctions that wiped out countless other species. Their simple body design is actually one of the reasons they have lasted so long. Because they require very little energy and can adapt easily to changing ocean conditions. Jellyfish have been able to thrive for hundreds of millions of years. They may look fragile, but in reality, they are incredibly resilient survivors. Jellyfish may seem like simple drifting creatures, but behind their soft, glowing bodies lies one of the ocean's most fascinating mysteries. Creatures without brains that can hunt. Animals made almost entirely of water that have survived for 500 million years. And in one incredible case, a species that can reset its own life. So the next time you look out at the ocean, remember this. Somewhere beneath the waves, silent and nearly invisible, ancient jellyfish are still drifting through the water, just as they have done for hundreds of millions of years.